Yo, hello guys. Let's get these off. What a tiring day. I just spent a couple of hours performing. I was having a think actually. My voice has been a struggle this week. It's been harder than it was for the prior 3 weeks before that. Today, before I started my stream, I was thinking, is this even going to work? Really? Like, is this going to work? I was thinking about making this video and this key thing that I was dealing with today, really, that all singers deal with, but I don't think they're necessarily aware of it, is the trickier your voice is day to day, the more you have to have faith and trust in your technique. And what I mean by that is the tendency to panic for struggling singers is very high. And when the voice isn't feeling great on certain days, that tendency to panic is heightened. So when we talk about trusting in your technique, trusting in the mechanics that you've developed, it's harder on the days when your voice is thick. It feels heavier, it feels weightier. And it does. Some days it feels like the voice will just keep releasing forever. Other days it feels like you have to hold on like mad to release and stay free. It's a weird thing, man, but it's real. It happens. Doesn't mean you're singing bad on some days. It's just the folds thicken up a little bit some days. They're thinner other days, and that thickness makes it feel heavier to sing a little bit. On those days, you need to have absolute faith in what you're doing and trust your technique, because the problem is when we panic, as I've said many times before, we cause as many problems, more problems for ourselves. And so we're often in this battle between wanting desperately to panic and grab and hold on versus trusting the technique and letting it speak for itself. And ironically, the best chance you've got at singing well on days where it's difficult is by allowing that technique to speak for itself, even in the face of fear and desperation, wanting desperately to grab and hold on to it, which I feel constantly on days like this. You have to stay calm, cool and collected and let your technique do its work, let your technique do its thing. Because all that happens when you panic is you're taking something very fragile and you're just smashing it. So you're just literally it's like a raw egg, it's very fragile. If it gets dropped, it's going to just smash everywhere. You just like, when you panic and you grab onto the voice the wrong way, it's just like putting a fist to an egg. It just breaks everything. It falls apart, falls to pieces. So you have to have faith in that technique. I'm going to kind of just repeat this over and over again because it's so key. So many people trip up and fall without realizing, because they're just getting in the way of what they're doing. They're not allowing themselves to give it a go, to give it their best shot. And so they grab it, makes it worse, makes it more likely that they're going to grab. Yeah? I talk so often about these cycles of fear, these cycles of problems. But with the voice, it's absolutely key. You're either in a cycle toward a positive cycle or a negative cycle. And when you're on days where it's hard to sing, it's so easy to get dragged off into that negative cycle. So I wanted to put this out there today because I've had a tough week. But I've had some good songs, I've had some bad songs. But today in particular, I felt like I did as good as I possibly could with what I had today. And that really is the sign of a good show. It's less like, oh, my voice was feeling great today and I sung really well. It's more based on the context of this specific day, like how my voice is feeling, all the different variables. Did I do the best I could on that day? And if the answer is yes, even if it's an average performance, technically speaking, it can be a great performance because you've pulled it out the bag. You've faced adversity and you've dragged out the best performance you could. To be honest, when my voice is feeling really, really good, some of those shows are the worst for me because immediately I feel under all this pressure. When my voice is feeling bad, and kind of opposite really to the ideas we're talking about in this video, sometimes ironically I can actually sing better in one sense because I can let go of all that kind of anticipation of doing a really, really good show and just accept this is going to be an average show. And when I accept that, I give myself room to fail, room to move about, wiggle room, I call it a lot. Give yourself that wiggle room. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. I will go to outro now. Have a good day. Bye. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want my help personally, you can book a one-on-one training session. Drop me a message. My email is in the description. And if you feel like this message was of value, then please feel free to make a donation equal to that value. Again, donation link is in the description. And finally, please share this video with other singers you know. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in another video. Bye.